Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I would like to show you how I will do another part detail drawing, which is the lid. As you can see here on this BOM, we have lid and material is plastic drawing number 5. Okay, just to remind you that this drawing number is not finalized. It depends how I rearrange the drawing after I have completed all the parts detail drawing. Alright, for this lid detail drawing, as usual, we will add another new sheet here. Alright, so if you go for view palette, so I will load the lid part drawing. Okay, in this view palette here, for the lid, the best orientation for me to drag the view will be the front view and also the top view. Okay, this isometric, I will make it shaded. Okay, for this front view, for the setting on the left here, I will go the scale. Let me go for full scale. Okay, full scale is good enough to be fitted into this A3. Okay, another thing to mention is that this lid drawing file, the front view, I will delete it because I will make this into section view, since the lid is kind like have interior structure inside, so better to be put into section view for the front view. Okay, another thing is that about this isometric view here, I need to make it to half scale. Alright, for this top view, if we look here, if I right click at it, if I go for tangent edge remove, so I have this kind like outline of the top view. But if I go for tangent, if I go for tangent edge visible, maybe I need to show the features here of this outline. Maybe I can manually hide certain edges. And so I have to do it like this. Only certain edges that need not to be shown. But at least it could show the features of this lid. Alright, let me go again for this top view. Since this is top view, I have to show the hidden line. Alright, so this will be our top view. So my next move is that I will do under drawing here section view, and I go for horizontal full section. Make sure that it snaps to the center. I just simply click OK here, and I drag it down my section view like this, and make sure the labeling here is X, capital letter. Okay, so I have this. Let me drag down this, and this section view, I make it like this. Alright. Okay, as you can see in the top view, Solidworks have automatically put the center marks there, so I don't have to put the center marks here. But the front view, I need to put a center marks, center line. So under annotation, I will go center line. I will select these two line of the shaft. So this is our major center line. Alright, let me save my file. Alright, about the dimensions, we have to put really detailed dimension, since, as I mentioned before, this is a plastic parts. This is not a metal parts, metal works. So plastic parts. So as long as the dimension, we can just put a main dimension, and also some features, dimensioning some features. At least it could describe the features of these parts. It could describe the features of this lid. Okay, the first dimension should be the major diameter. So I select the circle. So that will be my radius. So we know the diameter of this lid. And the next dimension should be, if we look here, we have a cutout here, the level of cutout, where this is a position of the handle. So I will put dimension from this line to this line. So I put it on the left. Okay, another dimension is this, the main height of this lid. If you look in my sketch here, the way I did this part modeling, the main height is 30. But in Solidworks, since this is only a document file, if I try to put dimension from this base here to at the peak here, if I put at this arch here, then I go to the left side, so it cannot put the main height. Hold on, if I zoom out, it put the height, the dimension reading is 28.34. If I put under leaders here, if I go for first arch condition, I go for max, it only stated 29.34. So if this is the case, I can go under the text here. I need to replace it to 30. So Solidworks will warning, overriding dimension value, disable tolerance display. We just click yes. So this drawing is meant for only documentation. So I replace the text to 30. This one will not harm the part modeling. It will not change your size of the part modeling. The part modeling remain as it is. So this only for documentation. So we have 30 here. Alright, about the height here, also we need to put the dimension, the level here. Okay, I can put the dimension here. I can put it to the place, and just let me put it as this value. So I can put another dimension from this line to this arch. So I just put, let me go for the leaders, the arch condition to max. Right, another thing to dimension is about the diameter of this shaft. So I can put the diameter of the shaft. If I put at this hidden line, it's kind of like, it's not a good approach to put the dimension on the hidden line. So I will do the dimension, the diameter of this shaft from this line to this line. I put to the bottom sides. So this will be shaft diameter. And another thing to mention about, we have a features here. We have an inner thread. If I go for dimension, so I have to dimension the major diameter from this line to this line. I put to the bottom side. So I have, okay, sometimes Solidworks cannot shift the previous diameter, so I have to manually shift diameter 5 here. And this diameter 2.5 here, I need to replace, since this is an inner thread. So under mode, under the text here, the mode diameter, I will delete it, and I replace it as capital M, and times 0.5 is the pitch. So this is how we dimension the inner thread. So M 2.5 is a metric thread. Alright, so we have a diameter 5 here. Okay, let me just need to drag something like this somewhere here. Okay, alright, so I have this diameter of this shaft and also the thread. Okay, another thing to mention is about, okay, we have the step here, the thickness of our lead, because we have done shell to our lead. So the thickness here is 2, from here to here the thickness is 1.5. So this one I will go for 1 decimal point, and I bring the text here, and this one to none. So I have already given the thickness. Okay, another thing to dimension in this front view. Okay, if you, as you can see here, we have a cutout here. I need to dimension the level of this cutout from here to here, and I put it to the left. So all the previous dimension are shifted. Okay, let me save my file. Hold on. Okay, the next one. Okay, the next dimension will be about the, okay, if you look here, we have a hole here, so I have to put a center line here. So we have a center line to mark the center line of the holes. So I need to put dimension from the center line to this level. I bring to the left. So now we have the distance is 16. And now I can give the dimension of the diameter of this hole. Maybe I can put it to the right side. Sometimes you are allowed to drag to put your dimension inside the object, but not too much. Okay, the level of the shaft, we have inner shaft here. The level from here to the base here, I bring it to the right. So it shows that the level of the shaft is 9. Okay, as you can see, we have a snap features here. For this lead, we have a snap groove. So this cutting view of this snap groove here. So this profile is kind of like a triangle. I need to dimension the size of this groove, since as we can see in this cutting plane here, is really cutting this snap groove at the normal section of it. So at this portion here, I have to do dimension of this cutting groove. So please take note on this. This is very important, for since if I want to put regular dimension at this area, is kind of like too small. So I can make a detail view. Okay, to do detail view under the drawing here, we have detail view. So let me drag, kind of make a circle, the portion that I need to zoom in, and so I will put the detail view here. So as you can see, put detail AH, I can just put capital A, detail A, and I bring the, if I click at this circle detail view, I bring the center to the focus to this snap groove. So this is a detail view, and this I can drag it like this. I even can reduce the circle. Okay, as you can see, this is a magnified view of this detail AA. So this one I will, okay, I double click at it. I will enter, I put it at the top here, I will type snap groove. Right, this one I drag it a little bit lower. Okay, so I can focus to do dimension to describe the level of this snap groove. Okay, ready. Move my text to the middle and I change this to 1 decimal point. Okay, in this magnified view, we can already put a dimension on this snap groove. Okay, I need to edit the text. Hold on. Okay, if I double click at the text here, I need to put 3 snap grooves to mention that we have 3 snap groove. Okay, for the front view, the last dimension that I should put is the level of this cylinder. Inside here we have a hollow cylinder here, so I will go for smart dimension. So from this level to this base here, so I go to the left and we have a dimension for this level, and okay, this for the front view. Okay, for the top view, okay, I already given the major diameter, the radius is here. Okay, I have to give the diameter of this internal cylinder. So I go for this side. Okay, since we have a thickness here, I also need to give the internal radius here. Okay, hold on, that means 1 decimal point for this one, and this one also 1 decimal point. Okay, the next dimension should be, if you look here, we have the angle. Since we have a internal structure here, kind of like a rib, so I need to give the angle to this center line. So I put the angle. I just click OK. Okay, next will be the radius. Since we have this curve where we mount the handle, so I just put the radius of this handle, and I can make this text. If we go under leader here, the custom text position, I go for align text and none. Okay, the next dimension is the from this rib here to this rib. Okay, hold on, I should click for the smart dimension from this to this, and the angle here 38.57 for this position. Let me click OK, and this radius I can change the position here. And the next dimension will be, since the rib there, the internal structure from here to here is different angle, this one also I need to give the angular dimension from this to this one, and I will drag it to here. And this radius I change it to this position. Okay, the next dimension should be, hold on, I need to adjust this. Okay, the next dimension will be, we have a slot here, so I will give the width of the slot. So the normal thickness already been defined by the 16.5, 17.5, so I will not put the thickness should be 1. Alright, the next thing is about, okay, the next thing for this, we have, as you can see here, we have internal structures here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ribs here. So I need to do a detailed dimension to these ribs. So in order for me to do that, if I put the dimension, regular dimension is kind of like too small. So I will do under drawing here. I will go for detail view. So I will create this circle for my detail view, and I will put the view, the magnified view, to this position, and I will change the label to B, capital letter B. If I click at this detail view, so it should be focused to this area. So now in this detail B, I have the detail magnified view of this rib, so I can put a dimension to this view. Let me drag this little B here, and I need to put, okay, if I double click at here, at this line, I type 12 width, mesh width, capital letter. Alright, then I will do detail dimension, this one, and also from here to here, from this point to this point, I go for a line. So instead of 10.04, I change the text to 10, and also I will give the dimension for the thickness 0.5. Let me drag this thing. Okay, for this is none. For this one is 1 decimal point. Also, I will give dimension from this point to this point. I will go for line dimension. This none. Okay, these were our detail dimension for this detail B. For our detail B here, this is a detail view. So let me drag B like this. So this will be dimension for detail B. Okay, another thing that I need to dimension is, okay, if we look, we have this, at the end of this structure here, we have a slot for the coil spring. At the end of a coil spring will be mounted at this position, but at the end of the coil spring will be hooked to this slot. So I need to dimension this slot. So I will do the same. I will do under drawing, I go for detail view. So I create, hold on. Okay, under drawing, I will go for detail view. I will create a circle like this, and the detail view, I put it here. So this will be, I put it C, and this circle, I need to move it to the slot, and I make this circle a little bit smaller. So this will be detail C view. Okay, for this detail C, I will add a text at the top here. I will type hook slot flat or spring. Then I can add a dimension 5, 1, and for this radius I put a dimension for radius like this, 16.5. I drag a bit the text here. So this will be the detail C, and okay, hold on, let me check. Okay, another thing is about this. If I zoom in, okay, let me drag the radius to this position for the main diameter of this lid, or maybe the diameter I can put it here. This will be the main diameter. Okay, at this, if I zoom it here, in this we have a snap groove features, but in this view I already defined the cross section shape is kind of like triangle, but for the width of the snap groove I need to put the dimension here. So I will put dimension from this point to this point. I will go for a line dimension. Okay, I think that's all for the dimensioning for this top view, and also the dimension for this lid. Let me adjust a little bit this front view to make it this top view. I need to adjust it to position the drawing to the center. It is. Let me take, so this 16.5 will, let me delete this, something is not supposed to be here. Right, 16.5 if the radius, let me adjust to this position. Alright, okay, I believe this will be the dimension for the lid. And about the drawing number, if we look at this BOM for the lid, is stated to, as it is stated here, the drawing number is 5. So for the time being, let me edit sheet format, but just to mention to you, okay, this is a lid drawing, so I need to name it lid, and plastic, and the drawing number 5. Okay, for the scale here, the scale that I use for this lid drawing is full scale. Alright, just make sure you fill in your name and also your section. Let me exit this sheet format. Okay, one last thing is that I need to adjust this text a little bit closer here. Okay, as I have mentioned to you, this detailed drawing of this lid is dimensions that I've done here is only to describe the features, main features of this lid. In this detail drawing, I will not do really details, like for example, what is the curvature cutout here. So this cutout, the surface top area can be explained by CAD model. By the CAD file, they can study the shape of the curvature of the surface. So the purpose of this detailed drawing is for documentation and also to describe the basically the features of this lid. Alright, let me save my file. Okay, you can also save your this drawing as PDF, as I have shown you in the previous video. Okay, Alhamdulillah, I have completed my detailed drawing of my lid of my mini blender. I hope this video will help you for you to do detailed drawing of your lid of your mini blender project. Okay, selamat maju jaya. Before that, please do not forget to click like and subscribe my channel. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.